Hello and welcome to today's episode of Floodactivity. Today's episode is about building toolkits and rituals around the moon phases energy. This helps empower us to be the best version of ourselves. It helps us to manifest towards our goals, and it creates a toolkit to help navigate the cyclical energy of the moon. This is a powerful episode, and I can't wait to dive in. I'll see you on the other side.
Welcome to Floodactivity, a place to inspire and empower beings to embrace self-love and self-development for an achievable balance of productivity. I share different ways to come back to your intuition through spirituality, self-care, human design, cycle planning, wellness, and everything in between. Thank you so much for joining me this week. If this is your first time, welcome. And if you've been here with me before, thank you so much for coming back. I'm so excited to join you in this journey as we learn together.
Hello and welcome to this episode all about creating the moon toolkits and rituals you need to help empower yourself to be the best version. Using the moon's energy is the most powerful way to help you manifest or work towards your goals. And that's ultimately what manifesting is for me. It's understanding what my big dream or vision is, and then breaking it down into phases and working towards it. And so when we can embody what we're really wanting to do and what we're wanting to accomplish and break it down in a way with the moon's energy, it is super powerful. So the first thing that I want to jump in and say is so many people are like, what crystals and elements do I need? And ultimately, the one thing that you need is your intuition. And connecting with your intuition is the number one tip that you need when you're harnessing the moon's energy. It's connecting with yourself and seeing what you need in that particular moon phase and what zodiac sign it is in. And if you want to learn more about the specific moon phases and what's coming up, I have free and paid resources at karadempsey.com/cycle. So that will help you understand that you can look at it as a menu and choose intuitively what you feel like is connected to the energy you would like to bring forth through that moon phase. Now, as I go through each moon phase and what it means, it's going to help you understand that when you look at the overall moon's energy, it's built in with a set of standard operating procedures. And what I've done with it in my own life is breaking it down and being able to manifest towards my dreams. And what that means for me is just picking a vision and working towards it and breaking it down into simpler steps. So I hope you understand the power in the moon's energy, and I just want to help guide you in a way of building something that will help support you. So before we begin the creation of the toolkits, it's important to understand the basics of the lunar cycles. The lunar cycle lasts about 29.5 days and is divided into 4 main phases. We have the new moon, the first quarter, the full moon, and the last quarter. By understanding these cycle and these phases, you can create these standard operating procedures so that you can align your tasks in a way that feel good and in flow with the energy around us. Know that most people's menstrual cycle and moon cycle do not exactly align, but the phases in general do align with each other. The most important piece is, what do you feel connected to in that moment? Do you feel that energy with your menstrual cycle if you experience one, or do you feel the energy of the moon? And so it's creating that relationship with yourself to be able to tap into your intuition and see where you should focus your energy and your intention. So if you want to learn more and you want to have something tangible, head over to karadempsey.com/cycle. I have a bunch of free and paid resources to help you really embody this idea of understanding the phases that are around us. And it can be translated with the moon or the menstrual, whichever one feels prominent to you in that moment. So let's begin with the new moon ritual. It is often performed at the time of the new moon, which the moon is not visible in the sky. And so the new moon is a pivotal point to getting in touch with our true selves and unlocking new potential. A new moon can signify a new beginning and a chance to wipe the slate clean, set new intentions for your dreams. During this time, it is essential for us to take some time for reflection and invite the new instead of relying on what we have known before. This is an opportunity for personal growth and rebirth, as the veil between us and the new possibilities is much thinner. So let go of your attachment to the past and trust that your dreams can manifest with sincere intention from this new cycle. So, ritual ideas are leaving space for reflection. Can you take a walk in nature? Can you meditate? Can you take a bath? What can you release in your life that is no longer helping you move forward? One thing that I try to do is my higher alignment meditation. I will make sure that that is in the show notes. So it's making sure that we're leaving space to process what we've been through in the last month and what really helped propel us forward and what was holding us back, and releasing anything that doesn't feel good to us. Because ultimately, the key in manifestation is how we feel. And holding on to anything that is holding us back isn't going to do that. So, some common elements in a new moon ritual include lighting candles, burning sage or incense, other herbs to help cleanse our space. Creating an altar or a sacred space has been something that I have built over the years. And so, knowing that it can start really small, my first one was my nightstand next to the bed, and it's grown since. I like to write down my intentions and goals and visualize how that feels for me. It's just important for us to connect with the energy of the new moon and use it as a time for personal growth, manifestation, and setting positive intentions for the month ahead. Now, with that being said, it always depends on what zodiac sign the new moon is in. And so if you want to know more specifics, I have some options again at karadempsey.com/cycle that will help you embody that specific new moon. If we were to relay this new moon energy, it translates to the menstruation phase. The next moon phase is the first quarter. And this is a time for testing and learning. You may be feeling like your commitment towards achieving your dreams is slipping, which can be discouraging. This doesn't have to be the case, though. It's important for you to stick with your commitments and maintain motivation. It's okay to reassess and strategize, make changes as needed, but don't give up on your goals. So, this is the point to say, okay, I'm going to bring on a different strategy towards my manifestation. It's not coming in. So, what can I do to change it? Utilize this first quarter moon period to begin planning effectively and realistically so you can move closer towards your goals. Believe in yourself and stay focused, and you can do it. And so, ritual ideas for this first quarter moon is to dream big, make a vision board, and try something new. This is the time for when you had this higher alignment meditation and you had visions of what your life could be like. This is the time to turn that into something tangible. Do you print out pictures and make a vision board? Do you create a digital vision board? I have a free template and a paid template that you can get. Go ahead and figure out a way that speaks to you that you can take these visions, these ideas that you want, and turn it into something tangible. Is it a Pinterest board? Is it you journaling exactly what you want it to be? And so it's up to you to find that connection on how you can strategize the big picture. And so the first quarter moon translates to spring or the follicular phase in a menstrual cycle. The next phase we're going to talk about is the full moon. Now is the perfect time to take control of your present and your future by embracing the full moon. Surrendering to the universe will give you the magical clarity, opening up space for new patterns and beliefs that are more in tune with what you want. While it can be intimidating to process the triggers that come with that, Use this full moon as an opportunity to recognize they need not last. Take a few deep breaths. Now is the time to forgive yourself or anyone else who has wronged you so you can move forward with an empowered mindset, full of positivity. Celebrate this full moon with gratitude and acknowledging these emotions have led us, setting clear intentions for what is needed to be released, and being grateful for the moments of growth on this journey. And so, some ritual ideas are taking that aligned action, collaborating, and expanding. The first quarter is when you strategize, you build this picture of what you want. The full moon is for when you can look and see what action do I need to take towards these goals. Because that is the idea of manifestation. You don't just put it on a vision board and think it's going to happen. It does take that aligned action and moving towards your goals. Use this time to expand in what you want and test it out. Because sometimes we don't truly know what we want until we start to do it and seeing how it makes us feel. Because if we put this big dream on our vision board and we start to take that action and then that doesn't feel good, it's not going to come in. Or the feelings that you don't want will come in. And so it's ultimately about what are you trying to call in? How does that make you feel? And focus on that feeling versus the idea of what it is. Because sometimes when we dream big, we might not be able to handle that big dream. And so it's important to be able to connect with how it makes us feel in the process of manifestation or ultimately working towards our goals, because that's what I think manifestation is. Now, I believe that all 4 phases are important, but I tend to put more emphasis on the new moon and the full moon when I actually create a ritual. And so, some other ideas for a full moon ritual is making sure you have a sacred space, making sure that it's quiet and comfortable and that there isn't any clutter around you. It's important for you to release any negative energy, and that is cleansing your space. Again, using sage, herbs, incense, making sure we have a positive environment for when we have this time for this ritual. I like to make sure that I have my intentions in the forefront, the things that I'm really trying to work on. And again, each full moon is different. And so if you want to know more about the specifics, you know where to head to get free and paid resources to help you understand what that energy of that new or full moon is. Doing meditation is a powerful way for you to connect with your future self and how you can take action towards your goals. Gratitude is a daily practice for me. And so while I do it every day, I also think it's important for you to add that into your moon rituals, making sure that you release any negative thoughts, emotions, or habits. And you can write them down and you can release them in water or burning the paper in something that is safe for you to do. And I think connecting with nature is important for all aspects. And so anytime that you can just stand outside and enjoy the nature around you is a powerful way for you to connect with the moon. Lastly, we have the last quarter, and it is time to take a step back and examine all that we've been through these last few months. It's crucial to organize our thoughts and analyze what kinds of situations, relationships, or projects need our attention that we might let go and make room for the new opportunities that await us. And so sometimes we can't call in those new things when we have too much around us. We have too much clutter. With an open mind and heart, the last quarter could be a great time to reevaluate any roadblocks you come across and trust in knowing that something better is just around the corner. And so it's important to balance yourself and surrender to life's ever-changing flow. You have already set yourself up for success when you follow these plans of action, these standard operating procedures of working towards your goals. And so some ritual ideas are to celebrate. Sometimes we forget to celebrate the small or big things that we've accomplished. So celebration is a big piece of manifestation. Organize what you can, get rid of the things that are holding you back, and release what doesn't serve you. So an important piece for me when I'm trying to create these rituals is that I don't have a standard ritual for every moon. The energy is different, and I usually tap into my intuition on what I need during that time. And a lot of the times, I do a ritual and then I will go back to my workbook and see where that full or new moon is affecting me, what house it is in my natal astrology chart. And it's usually aligns with what I feel like I need to work on. It's connecting yourself to your intuition to see what you need in that time to heal, to work towards, and propel yourself in your manifestations, your goals, and what you're trying to work for. So I hope this helps in helping you create a ritual or an idea so that you have something to come back to. It's making sure that you have these things that you like to do, maybe written down in a toolkit. And so when it's time to connect with the moon, you're not going to search from square one. Again, you know where to get my resources to help you create these toolkits so that you have something to come back to connect with yourself. So, creating these rituals around the moon can be a powerful way to connect with the cycles of the universe and your own body. So, make sure to leave space to choose the items that resonate with you, and using them intentionally can deepen your awareness of the cycles and improve your overall well being. Creating your own toolkits and rituals around the moon is a personal, subjective process. Understanding that crystals, moon water, all those things aren't necessary. It's ultimately connecting with yourself and intuitively seeing what you need to grow through this moon phase and lunar cycle. And if you want to learn more, you can grab my Cycle Vitality ebook. Hopefully by the time this episode comes out, I will have my manifesting and goal setting workbook that will be available on my website. You can head to karadempsey.com/cycle to see all my offerings around Cycle Vitality, which is for the moon and the menstrual cycle. Thank you so much for joining me this week. If this was your first time, welcome. And if you joined me for previous episodes, thank you so much for coming back. Before you go, can you subscribe and share this episode with a friend? Those few seconds make a huge impact on my show, and I'd be grateful for the support. If you want to learn more, check the show notes, and all the links mentioned will be at karadempsey.com/64. Thank you so much for being here, and we'll chat soon.